basically how this event works is the first 2 hours of the day, they run all the faster classes, and then for the first 2 hours, we can run as many times as we need. After that, there's 1 hour where they run all the bracket cars, and then after that 1 hour, it's another, I think, 2 hours of whoever runs in the lanes. So it works out. You know, we can turn the car around in 2 hours if we need to, but I have adjusted just a little bit. I'm hoping it goes a high 850 right now, and then we'll pack it up and head out of here. So it's pretty sweet. A lot of cool race cars here. A lot of muscle too. A lot of American muscle cars, but very clean. Modern headlights and stuff. It's awesome. So actually up right now is our buddy Justin that's in our group chat. Hoping he runs. I believe he is in the 850 class. So I know he needs to get that number pretty good. So this is one of the unlimited cars. Now mind you, this is a crazy race car, big tire, but this is doing drag week, and he's done it before. One thing that I really like about it is if you look on the interior, look at the cup holders. It's got like a stock appearing dash. I mean, it's fiberglass, but it's, you know, airbrushed. That the steering column looks like it's factory with the blinkers. It does only have one seat though. Intercooler is right back there. I mean, this is a crazy looking car. This is a beautiful, beautiful car. And it's crazy, especially when a car like this is parked next to mine. You can kind of see the differences in size. So now, that Bel Air, I believe it's a Bel Air. Then you got this Bel Air. This is Glenn. He's run World Cup Finals before, and I actually have met him before at World Cup Finals. And because I intended on doing drag week, I asked him, I said, well, what do you recommend as a first-time drag week guy? And he more or less just said, come prepared as possible, don't give up, don't quit. And it's kind of cool. I mean, you can see how many drag weeks he's done. I've been doing this since 2013. And I just walked up to him and talked to him for a little bit, and I was like, hey, you know, I don't know, I'm sure you've heard this a lot, but I was the guy that walked up to your World Cup Finals and asked him. He's like, oh yeah, I remember that. So it's kind of cool. But I mean, this is a badass car. Like I see, this is actually the last time I saw it was the 2019 World Cup Finals. And I believe it went 7-0. And I know it's been 6s since then.
She goes 900 at 150 miles an hour. But the others.
Yeah, buddy. That's what I'm talking about, baby. All right, first pass went good. I told Brian to text me if we broke out, and I haven't gotten a text from him, so hopefully it went a little bit quicker than yesterday, but it didn't break out. Let's see what we got. Car number one. Car number one. Number one. Thank you, sir. All right. So on the slip, 861 and 160. That'll work for me. Turning this slip in, we're gonna get it ready to get on the street and make the drive. Rich races at his garage, already completed it. He said, he completed his pass, turned it in, and we have about a 240-mile drive today. So we're gonna convert this thing back over to street and get on the road. Alrighty, so we just completed pass number one. We're happy with it. It went 861, 160. So we have just finished everything. Just a quick overview of the car. We put the street tires on. Speedy was fortunate, he was nice enough to put the bolts to the rack. So everything is done now for the trailer. We're all packed up, loaded up. Brian wasn't too happy with parking grass, so we had to wipe off all the grass off the tires. Speedy's ready. He's got his mufflers on. How was your pass? You're thrilled?
11:20.
Faster than yesterday?
Yeah, 10 faster.
So we're happy with that. He's got some cool looking additions for his mufflers. So usually his exhaust goes straight out, but that's for the street driving part. It's pretty sweet. So we're all ready to go. I did make my first shirt sale, which is cool. So we're about to go turn in our time slip, get with the rest of the boys and hit the road. Alrighty, so we just turned in my slip, 861, 160, vehicle number one. And this is the route to the next area. It is a total of 246 miles from here to the next track. So we did just confirm with the ladies up in the tower, because I registered first, I am car number one. I still don't know how that works, but that is pretty freaking cool. So we're gonna get with the rest of the guys, and then we're gonna head out of here. We're already back in full street mode. It's just a matter of getting this drive knocked out. So we're going from Martin, Michigan over to Norwalk, Ohio. It's gonna be a fun day. Alrighty, so we're en route. What's the checkpoint's 100 miles away? About that. First checkpoint's 100 miles away. I found an E85 station about 30 miles away from where we're at. We've already driven about 25 miles. It's just a wide open road in a race car. Co-pilot, so we have to follow printed instructions. And yeah, you ready, Brian?
Ready. All good.
It's a little loud, but a little bit. Everything's good. The car's actually doing really good on temps, so I'm pretty happy with that. And we're just kind of cruising along with the boys.
My only complaint is exhaust placement. It is dead lined up with my vision.
Yeah, watch. Here, look.
Yeah, you gotta see this. So Matt's exhaust is dead lined up with my vision, so if I'm looking dead forward, everything's blurry from the exhaust haze. Look a little bit to the left, fine. Look a little bit to the right, fine. Look dead forward, not so much.
Those are things that you don't think of when you build a car.
Right, it would have.
So anyway, we're going to, whenever we stop, we'll check in with y'all. And yeah, should be a good day. Alrighty, we are over here at Five Lakes Coffee. We have to come here to take our photo to prove that we were here. So obviously I'm going to do it on YouTube as well. And then I'll get my photo. And then, I don't know, I'm hoping we're going to sit here for a couple minutes because my butt hurts. He's got his hood up, so I'm curious what they're up to. Jason's car seems to be doing all right. Well, let's see what they're up to. Everything good?
Lower the RPM some.
Okay. Nitrous stick shift. This car's badass. Between yesterday and today, he ran at 8.7, so that's pretty quick. This car's sick. They got a big old trailer. So we're gonna get our photo. I'll go inside and see if they have ice cream or something. on the trip. It's been about 120 miles. And we're just cruising. So it's Jason, Justin, and then Josh and Matt are up ahead. And then even up in front of Josh, the PRI Colorado, they have a big camera attachment on the back of the truck. And they've actually been following our route. So I'll be really curious to see if they're actually filming us. Everything's happy. Coolant temp right now is at 183. Trans temp's 159. And the trailer is fully loaded. We are short maybe 4 gallons of fuel. But other than that, I mean, it's full weight. So I'm really pleased. Like, this has exceeded my expectations by a lot.
Street car.
Yeah, because it's a street car. The only downside my complaint is right now, Ryan is absolutely dying. I guess my assumption now, it's my catch can. It's right in front of where he's sitting, and the fumes are coming right in his window. So I want to try to stop later to find like an 1.5-inch hose, maybe to defer that so he can breathe at least. But we've had 0 issues driving. Everything's been great. We stopped at the checkpoint. We got ourselves he got a coffee, I got a water. And then from that checkpoint to the next checkpoint, it's about 100 miles. So we're basically just chilling. I mean, it's very, very, very time intensive. But
Beautiful America.
it's beautiful. I mean,
country.
farmlands, Amish land. Don't run into Jason.
30-mile-an-hour speed zones.
30 mile an hour. So it's been a great time so far. Alrighty, we are on a gas stop, 14.2 gallons. So how we kind of have the setup working is I have a 12-gallon cell, and basically how the fuel jug's situated, right? So I had filled up everything from Florida. I know it's really good quality ethanol. So I figured if I had, you know, different colored cans, I can know what I'm doing. So I have 2 red jugs. The red jugs are for either if we chose to run 93 octane for driving, or if we decide to run pump ethanol. And then the 4 white ones that are left over, that is basically 5 gallons of really good ethanol for the rest of the 4 track days. The crazy part is, I mean, this is the part of the country where all the ethanol comes from. So like you could, guys that run ethanol, you know, based on the smell, you know if it's good quality stuff or not. I mean, it damn near smells like alcohol. And the stuff up here, I mean, it'll tickle your nose. So, but I mean, car's actually doing pretty well. I think it's just a hair over 10 miles to the gallon, which is honestly not that bad, because by the time we need fuel anyway, it's just time for us to stand up and walk around. So I'm just preventatively looking over the car. I don't see anything wrong. I just, not even a smidge of oil leak. I don't see anything. So it's just good to health check it every once in a while. It is funny, I'm starting to see a lot more bugs and nasty stuff. But I mean, what else are you gonna do when you drive 1,000 miles in a week? I will definitely say that's a good bit of brake dust. Driving with, you know, I want to weigh the trailer. If we can find a place to weigh it, I want to. Me and Brian think probably around 500 or 600 pounds is what the trailer weighs, but we don't know. So anyway, we're close to checkpoint number 2. Excuse me, we're in there now. Here we are at the museum. This is checkpoint number 2. Conveniently, the ethanol station was literally 3 miles away from here, so it was obviously a good choice to fill up. All right, so I guess we are about 11 miles away from the house. We're all kind of getting tired, and we decided to grab dinner. Yeah, we're all pretty freaking tired at this point. Josh's Altair is taking a shit, but we do have a spare lined up for him to use. He found a spare. And now we are at Sideline Sports Eatery and Pub. We're ready to eat. We're gonna eat and then head to the house. And that's it. This is one dirty turtle. But Dirty Turtle and the Rusty Z28 are kind of just hanging out and doing their thing. I'm honestly very thrilled with the performance of this car today. I'm very happy. Alrighty, we have finally made it to the house. So we're all tucked in, got my cover on. He told me what good thing is to cover your windshield so it actually keeps the fog off the windshield in the morning. But I brought my car cover, which will serve the same purpose. So we're done for the night. It is currently 11 o'clock. We're walking into the Airbnb right now. So now I'm going to be editing and taking a shower, going to sleep. Unfortunately, literally as we were pulling onto the street to pull into here, the crank nut for Josh's Camaro came off. And he actually heard the washer ting, 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 ting down the road. So we have to wake up at like 5:30, run to the hardware store, try to get what he needs, run back here, put it on, and then we have to go to the track. So we'll get to the track probably a little bit later than we would like, but we gotta get Josh's car on the road. So it's gonna be a fun day tomorrow too. So appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you tomorrow.